In this hour of the Weekend Morning Report, the third fatal snowmobile accident of the year, this time in Smithfield. We'll tell you what officials have to say.
Plus, the first glimpse at the gubernatorial election. We'll take you to the first 2018 straw poll ahead on the Weekend Morning Report. Already 7 o'clock on this Sunday morning. It's flying by.
It really is. Good morning to you. If you're just joining us, I'm Katie Bovoso.
And I'm Clay Gordon. Speaking of flying by, snowflakes all over the place. Let's check in with meteorologist Corey Frumkin, who's live on the weather deck this morning. Corey, what's going on?
We are looking at those snowflakes continuing to fall, guys, but here's the good news. It's letting up if you're not a fan of the snow. So we are looking at the backside of the snow pushing now into parts of western and southern Maine. Let's take a look right now at some really cool pictures you've been sending in to us here this morning. And this is in Biddeford, and it just kind of took my breath away. A really great shot there. This is from Jen, and beautiful shot there. And the snow coating the trees. Obviously, it's the heavy wet snow, so some of those limbs are a little bit being weighted down from the snow. But any way you look at it, it's a really pretty snow, but we are looking at a little bit of a hefty totals here. Alfred, West Falmouth, picking up at least 8.5 inches of snow. As you head towards parts of York County, it's at least half a foot. County Bunkport, North Sebago looking at 6.2 inches, and we're looking at York standing at 5 inches right now. Here's a look at live radar, and the backside of the snow is now pushing through much of York County, so the snow is letting up, and we're going to continue to see conditions improve, and we're also going to be seeing a brighter sky with a little bit more sunshine for the rest of our Sunday. We're still looking at some snow through Lewiston, although expect that snow to let up here over the next half hour. Augusta still looking at snow as well. And a little bit heavier, I would say more moderate pockets through Booth Bay, through the Mid-Coast, through Wiscasset, and also through Friendship right now. And up to the north through central and eastern Maine, still looking at some bands of some moderate snow as well, even up to the north through parts of the county, through Holton, as well as Lincoln. So your snow chances are going to continue to drop drastically here over the next hour or so. So we are looking at quieter conditions for the rest of your Sunday, and even through Bangor too. A quieter afternoon is in store for the area. Current temperatures right now, it's actually not too bad. It's pretty comfortable out here. 29 in Portland, mid-20s in Augusta. It is 26 in Bangor, 32 right now in Cherryfield, and we're up in the teens into Presque Isle right now. But there is warmer air returning, surging back into the area. The forecast is still on track for some very mild temperatures as we head into the middle part of the week. I'll let you know how warm they'll get in just a little bit.
We'll be waiting for it, Corey. Thanks so much. It's time to move on to the news now. The first story in this deadly accident. A man is dead after a snowmobile accident in Smithfield, and officials say this is the third fatal accident of the year. They identified him as Brian Gady of Smithfield. Gady was traveling on a club snowmobile trail on Mount Tom Road yesterday afternoon when his sled struck a tree.
Now, Gady was the first of 3 sleds traveling together at the time of the crash. Excessive speed appears to be a factor in the incident, and Gady was not wearing a helmet. Officials say one of the skis on the front of the victim's snowmobile apparently caught on the tree and then hit it.
A Brownfield man is facing charges after leading police on a chase in Naples.
Richard Nicholson will face several charges following the crash on Route 11 early yesterday morning. A police deputy spotted Nicholson speeding on Route 302. The officer pursued him for about a mile at 90 miles per hour. Then Nicholson turned his car on Route 11, lost control, and struck a utility pole.
Police said his injuries were serious but not life-threatening. Nicholson will be charged with eluding a police officer, operating under the influence, and criminal speeding. In political news this morning, Mary Mayhew is the winner of the first straw poll of 2018 in this election season. A straw poll is an unofficial vote with a small group to gauge opinion. 121 people cast votes in the poll at the Great Salt Bay School in Damariscotta. Mayhew got 68 votes. Sean Moody placed second with 45 votes. Ken Fredette, Garrett Mason, and Mike Thibodeau each got 5 votes or less.
We spoke with an undecided voter who had no idea who he would vote for before candidates gave speeches at the poll. By the time the vote was cast, the voter had 2 candidates he liked.
Mayhew and Fredette presented very well. And I kind of like the backstory of Ken Fredette and his military experience and and how its family had to deal with economic issues in Maine.
And the next GOP straw poll will be in York County on Saturday. A statewide Democratic caucus will be held March 4th.
That's right. Governor LePage, current governor, saying Maine could be in line for a $1 billion contract for a project that would bring hydropower to Massachusetts from Quebec.
It's a central Maine power project called New England Clean Energy Connect. It involves building a 145-mile transmission line through Maine to deliver power to Massachusetts.
Maine's project was the runner-up, but the New Hampshire project, which originally won the bid, failed to gain regulatory approval. Maine would benefit from construction jobs needed to build the transmission lines.
Bath Iron Works has won a $15 million contract to create a conceptual design for the Navy's next generation guided missile frigate.
Senators Susan Collins and Angus King say the Navy will use BIW's designs to develop specifications for the frigate. A competitive construction contract for up to 20 ships is expected to be awarded in 2020.
Collins and King say the design contract, quote, reflects the Navy's confidence in the ability of BIW's skilled employees to deliver high-quality ships that are essential to our national security.
Coming up next, Corey is back. You may have noticed all that snow falling outside in parts of Maine. Be sure to send us your pictures if you see it. And he'll let us know if that snow is going to stick around or not.